with a weary stare, writing questions in the empty air. The blackboard yawns what the pupils hide, the secrets buried in the chest inside. Every definition is a plastic cage for the golden bird on the printed page. The nouns are heavy and the verbs are cold, different story that was never told. In the back of the book where the pages tear, I found a lock of your golden hair. The vocabulary is a bitter pill, a lonely house on a frozen hill. Listen to the rustle of the turning leaf, a short relief from a long-held grief. The consonants are clicking like a ticking clock. I'm sounding the key in the rusted lock. Across the ocean of a foreign sound, the ghosts of poets are the only noun. I'm building bridges out of broken nouns to reach the lights of the distant town, where the meaning lives between the gray lines and the tangled branches of the ancient heights.
The alphabet is bleeding gold upon the chalky floor. A twisted final syntax knocking at your attic door.
You trade your wood and nickel for a suitcase full of nouns, while the heavy hand of grammar pulls the ancient curtain down.
The vowels are just shadows stretching long across the key.
And every word you borrow sets a ghost from history free.
Syllables are ticking like a clock within the glass. Watching all the silence and the heavy seasons pass.
From the docks of Liverpool to the dust of Kansas Place, a million tongues are washing out the rust of iron chain.
It isn't just a dialect or a way to sell your soul.
That sell your soul.
It's the jagged little fragments trying to make the spirit whole. Oh, it's a lonesome wind that carries every crooked line. A map of broken bridges and the graves upon the vine. It speaks in riddles written on the back of every gale. A tangled thread of mercy and a heavy iron veil.
Beyond our reach of reason, where the midnight waters roll.
It's the only compass left that's ever gonna find your goal.
The poets in the basement are all sharpening their pens, while the preachers in the pulpit try to make some holy friends.
They tell you that the lexicon is built of brick and stone,
Brick and stone.
but it's nothing but a whistle in the marrow of your bone.
The dictionary is burning in the alleyways of sleep. And the meanings are the secrets that the weary sailors keep.
The ink is turning into smoke above the village green.
The sharpest edge of logic is a blade you've never seen.
You can wrap it in a velvet cloak, color lit in the rain,
Leave it in the rain.
but you cannot hide the legacy of pleasure and of pain. Oh, it's a lonesome wind that carries every crooked line. A map of broken bridges and the grace upon the vine. It speaks in riddles written on the back of every gale. A tangled thread of mercy and a heavy iron veil.
Beyond our
Reach and breathing with
the midnight waters roll.
It's the only compass left that's ever gonna find your goal. The dusty spine of alphabets across the shelf. A grammar built to bridge the canyon of myself. Between the native tongue and what remains unsaid, I trace the maps of vowels where the soul is led.
The hard consonants of a cold and distant north, sending all these jagged passes back and forth.
The tavern door is swinging on a rusty hinge. The ink is soaking through the page of violet tinge. You talk of liberation in a borrowed phrase to the tangled thicket of these hollow days.
Syntax breaks and binary start to fade, leaving us with every silent day we never paid.
The lexicon is bleeding out across the floor. Can I find her keys to unlock any door? The vocabulary shifts beneath the moving sand of an ancient and a wide across the weary land.
It is the sound of thunder in a paper crown, turning every righteous sentence upside down.
The lexicon is bleeding out across the floor. I cannot find the keys to unlock any door. The vocabulary shifts beneath the moving sand of an ancient and a wide across the weary land.
It is the sound of thunder in a paper crown, turning every righteous sentence upside down, 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 down.
The dictionary is a graveyard for the ghosts who linger at the edges of our frantic boasts. And now for hunger and a verb for growing old, a dialect for stories that were never told.
The ink is drying on the jagged edge of time, hunting for a reason in a crooked rhyme.
The lexicon is bleeding out across the floor. I cannot find the keys to unlock any door. The vocabulary shifts beneath the moving sand of an ancient and a wide across the weary land.
It is the sound of thunder in a paper crown, turning every righteous sentence upside down, 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 down.
The lexicon is bleeding out across the floor. I cannot find the keys to unlock any door. The vocabulary shifts beneath the moving sand of an ancient and a wide across the weary land.
It is the sound of thunder in a paper crown, turning every righteous sentence upside down, 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 down.
The lexicon. The lexicon.
The alphabet is bleeding on the floor, twisted letters crawling toward the door. A cold transmission from a distant sun, the labor of the tongue has just begun. I stumble on the syntax of the street, where grammar and the gravel finally meet. These jagged sounds are breaking into light, a foreign fire burning through the night. The syllables are heavy on my chest, between the silence and the holy rest. It carries all the weight of what we know, across the valleys where the shadows grow. Veils like a hammer on the glass, watching all the ancient cycles pass. The definition wavers in the wind, where the ending and the start are pinned. No map can show the border of a sound, until the final meaning has been found. just an accent in the middle of a storm, waiting for the breath to take a form. These jagged sounds are breaking into light, a foreign fire burning through the night. Syllables are heavy on my chest, between the silence and the holy rest. It carries all the weight of what we know, across the valleys where the shadows grow.
Translating the shadows of 1,000 years, leaving stained maps and the history of fears. Our prepositional dream in a city of stone.
Speaking in a cadence that we used to own. The adjectives are blooming like a wild garden bed, naming every phantom that lives inside the head. It's lexicon of fire and the logic of the rain, filtering our stories through a foreign-born brain. From the jagged consonants to the fluid tongue, every single proverb that has ever been sung between the lines of ink is a secret to unfold in a dialect of silver and vocabulary of gold. It's lexicon of fire and the logic of the rain, filtering our stories through a foreign-born brain. From the jagged consonants to the fluid tongue, every single proverb that has ever been sung between the lines of ink. know.
The bridge is built with a million tiny strokes, rising like a single from the campfire smokes. We are carving out a path to the tangled wire, setting every silent hesitation on a fire. Come to me in the structure of the strangers, through the valleys where the ancient danger lingers. I am folding up the distance with a phrase, walking through the center of a verbal golden maze. Give me the words that the ocean understands, passing through the friction of a thousand different hands.
Grammar is a skeleton under velvet skin, defining all the battles that the lonely cannot win.
I saw a center stretching like a highway line,
Hurling through the shadows of a lonely Appalachian
a
pine,
heavy syntax pulling on the tether of the soul.
trying to make the fragmented pieces falling home.
The bridge is built with a million tiny strokes, rising like a signal from the campfire smokes. We are carving out a path through the tangled briar, setting every silent hesitation on a fire. Talk to me in the structure of the strangers, through the valleys where the ancient danger lingers. I am folding up the distance with a phrase, walking through the center of a verbal golden maze. Give me the words that the ocean understands, passing through the friction of a thousand different hands.
The dust settles on the dictionaries of old, where every side is meant a secret to be told. The syntax of the morning breeze is hard to read, when all you wanted was the heart, is not the seed.
There is a map upon the wall of every cafe floor that leads to nothing but a heavy wooden door. A traveler stands within the middle of the rain, trying to translate the shadow of a train. The grammar of a heartbeat is a jagged line, tracing the architecture of a slow design.
Speaking metaphors of copper and of tin, while the real world is trying to let the winter in.
The alphabet is scattered like a winter grain across the iron pulse of every turning lane. I search for meaning in the static of the air, but found the pages of a story were not there. It is a language that no scholar ever taught, the heavy burden of a lesson never bought.
The prophets are all hungry in the city square, selling the vowels that belong to the prayer. They trade the verbs for a bit of bread and wine, searching for a signature beneath the dotted line. But every compass needle points to where we stay, while the definitions simply drift and fade away. The ink is drying on the feathers of a bird, waiting for the weight of one unspoken word. The sky is turning to a shade of lead and blue, looking for a dialect that sounds like something true. The alphabet is scattered like the winter grain across the iron pulse of every turning lane. I search for meaning in the
the bars of the silent cage.
Standardized marks upon a clean white sheet. The sound of logic walking down a concrete street.
It is a bridge built from 1,000 stolen bones. The tower rising high above the rolling stones. It is the weather when the clouds refuse to break. The heavy water at the bottom of the lake.
A foreign mirror reflecting back a different face. A shifting anchor in a vast and hollow place.
Grammar is a fence with many jagged wires, burning like coal in the belly of the fire.
I searched for grace within the syntax of the lore, but all I found was another tooth inside the soul.
The owls are hollow at the bells in a flooded town.
While a heavy consonants try to tear the ceiling down.
Trade your tongue for a piece of silver wire. Walk the tightrope higher and higher.
No one hears the reading when the exit is a wall.
The higher the climb, the harder the stone. It is a bridge built from 1,000 stolen bones. A tower rising high above the rolling stones. It is the weather when the clouds refuse to break. The heavy water at the bottom of the lake. A foreign mirror reflecting back a different face. A shifting anchor in a vast and hollow cave. It is a bridge built from 1,000 stolen bones. A tower rising high above the rolling stones. It is the weather and the clouds refuse to break. The heavy water at the bottom of the lake. The foreign mirror reflecting back a different face. A shifting anchor in a vast and hollow place. Old ink stains on a weathered map, tracing routes through a silent gap. A tongue learned in a crowded room, searching for a flicker in the gloom.
The grammar of a restless mind, leaving every local ghost behind. Vowels sharpening against the air.
A heavy weight for a soul to bear. Syntax bending like a willow bough, broken promises and a sacred vow. I gathered phrases like fallen leaves underneath the structure that deceives.
A dictionary held in a trembling hand.
Seeking foothold in a foreign land.
The alphabet is a jagged fence.
Trying to make some poetic sense. It is a bridge built of hollow sound, lifting my feet off the familiar ground. A bottled melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
The lessons written on the dusty slate.
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never grips the lock, waiting for the ticking of the clock. It is a bridge built of hollow sound, lifting my feet off the familiar ground. A bottled melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
The lessons written on the dusty slate.
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never fits the lock, waiting for the ticking of the clock.
Tenses shifting like a desert sand, reaching for a gesture of the hand.
No translation for the way I feel, only the spinning of the one wheel.
The accent is a star upon the page.
A bird escaping from a golden cage,
Numbers counting down the lonely miles.
hidden behind the artificial smiles.
The lecture ended with a formal nod.
Appeasing a strange and distant God,
I spoke the syllables of a winter gale.
watching Leviticus turn to pale.
Now the textbook gathers layers of grime.
Frozen in the wreckage of our time. times.
Just the dialect for the birds to sing, ignoring every hollow barrier ring.
It is a bridge built of hollow sound. It did not feed up the familiar ground. A borrowed melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
The lessons written on a dusty slate,
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never fits the lock,
waiting for the sinking of a clock.
it is a bridge built of hollow sound.
Lifting my
Feet on the familiar ground. A borrowed melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
on a dusty slate.
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never fits the lock, waiting on the ticking of the clock.
The alphabet is stretching across the dusty floor, tracing outlines of a wall I never knew before.
A dictionary opens like a heavy rusted gate. Symbols that decide my tongue and settle every fate.
I see the chalky lines where the ocean meets the land, trying to keep the grammar steady in my shaking hand.
Grandfather had a dialect that smelled of northern rain, but the textbooks move in circles like a silver moving train.
They taught me how to barter and they taught me how to pray, in a cadence that belongs to somewhere many miles away.
Now the ink is bleeding through the paper in the night, testing every vowel underneath the flickering light.
It is the sound of the currency and the ghost in the machine, the strangest bridge that anybody has ever seen. Moving through the borders with a heavy wooden case, hiding every shadow of the common human face. It is the song of a traveler with nowhere left to go, the only heavy harvest that the weary ever sow.
Syntax is a wire fence,
Wrapped around a mind,
leaving all the melodies we used to know behind.
if the meaning disappears when the ink begins to dry, we are just a collection of a how and not the why.
The street signs look like skeletons against the graying sky, pronouncing every sentence with a cold and steady eye.
I found a certain comfort in the way the verbs collide, with no more secret places for the quiet heart to hide.
The lesson is a hammer striking on a hollow bell, telling every story that the living have to tell.
It's the sound of the currency and that ghost in the machine, the strangest bridge that anybody has ever seen. Moving through the border with a heavy wooden case, hiding every shadow of the common human face. It is the song of the traveler with nowhere left to go, the only heavy harvest that the weary ever sow. questions in the empty air. The blackboard yawns with the pupils high. The secrets buried in the chest inside. Every definition is a plastic cage for the golden bird on a printed page. The nouns are heavy and the verbs are cold. Different story that was never told. In the back of a book where the page is tear, I found a lock of your golden hair. The vocabulary is a bitter pill, a lonely house on a frozen hill. Listen to the rustle of the turning leaf, a short relief from long-held grief. The consonants are clicking like a ticking clock. I'm sounding a key in the rusted lock. Across the ocean of a foreign sound, the ghosts of poets are the only now. I'm building bridges out of broken nouns to reach the lights of the distant town. Where the meaning lives between the grey and lines in the tangled branches of the ancient hive.
The alphabet is bleeding gold upon the chalky floor. A twisted final syntax knocking at your attic door.
You trade your wood and nickel for a suitcase full of nouns, while the heavy hand of grammar pulls the ancient curtain down.
The vowels are just shadows stretching all across the key.
And every word you borrow sets a ghost from history free.
Syllables are ticking like a clock within the glass. Watching all the silence and the heavy seasons pass.
From the docks of Liverpool to the dust of Kansas Place, a million tongues are washing out the rust of iron chains.
It isn't just a dialect or a way to sell your soul.
Let's sell your soul.
It's the jagged little fragments trying to make the spirit whole. Oh, it's a lonesome wind that carries every crooked line. A map of broken bridges and the graves upon the vine. It speaks in riddles written on the back of every gale. A tangled thread of mercy and a heavy iron veil.
Beyond our reach of reason where the midnight waters roar.
It's the only compass left that's ever gonna find your goal.
The poets in the basement are all sharpening their pens, while the preachers in the pulpit try to make some holy friends.
They tell you that the lexicon is built of brick and stone.
Brick and stone.
But it's nothing but a whistle in the marrow of your bone.
The dictionary is burning in the alleyways of sleep. Now the meanings of the secrets that the weary sailors keep.
The ink is turning into smoke above the village green.
The sharpest edge of logic is a blade you've never seen.
You can wrap it in a velvet coat, color it in the rain.
Leave it in the rain.
But you cannot hide the legacy of pleasure and of pain. Oh, it's a lonesome wind that carries every crooked line. A map of broken bridges and the grace upon the vine. It speaks in riddles written on the back of every gale. A tangled thread of mercy and a heavy iron veil. Ancient breathing with the
Midnight waters roll.
it's the only compass left that's ever gonna find your goal. The dusty spiral of alphabets across the shelf. A grammar built to bridge the canyon of myself. Between the native tongue and what remains unsaid, I trace the maps of vowels where the soul is there.
The hard consonants of a cold and distant north, sending all these jagged passes back and forth.
The tap door is swinging on a rusty hinge. The ink is soaking through the page of violet tinge. You talk of liberation in a borrowed phrase to the tangled thinking of these hollow days.
Syntax breaks and binary
unlock any door. The vocabulary shifts beneath the moving sand of an ancient town of water across the world.
It is the sound of thunder in a paper crown, turning every righteous sentence upside down, 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 down. The lexicon is bleeding out across the floor. I cannot find the keys to unlock any door. The vocabulary shifts beneath the moving sand of an ancient town of water across the world. It is the sound of thunder in a paper crown, turning every righteous sentence upside down, 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 down.
The lexicon. The lexicon.
The alphabet is bleeding on the floor, twisting letters crawling toward the door. A cold transmission from a distant sun. The labor of the tongue has just begun. I stumble on the syntax of the street, where grammar and the gravel finally meet. These jagged sounds are breaking into life, a foreign fire burning through the night. These syllables are heavy on my chest, between the silence and the holy rest. It carries all the weight of what we know, across the valleys where the shadows grow. Feels like a hammer on the glass, watching all the ancient cycles pass. The definition wavers in the wind, where the ending and the start are pinned. No map can show the border of her sound, until the final meaning has been found. Ideology crusted in the rain, tracing every action of the pain. The dictionary sleeps beneath the dust, while metal turns to salt and then to rust. Just an accent in the middle of a storm, waiting for the breath to take a form. These jagged sounds are breaking into life, a foreign fire burning through the night. The syllables are heavy on my chest, between the silence and the holy rust. It carries all the weight of what we know, across the valleys where the shadows grow. The chalk dust settles on a heavier floor, woven syntax hidden behind an open door. Brown grits carving patterns through the mind, hunting for the meanings that we had yet to find.
The dictionary breathes with a rhythmic thrum, waiting for the syllables to finally become a bridge across the ocean of a silent divide.
Where the vowel sounds and aspirations reside. This lexicon of fire and the logic of the rain, filtering our stories through a foreign born brain. From the jagged consonants to the fluid tongue, hey, 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 hey. Every single proverb that has ever been sung. Between the lines of ink is a secret to unfold, in a dialect of silver and vocabulary gold. This lexicon of fire and the logic is a secret to unfold in a dialect of silver and vocabulary of gold. It's lexicon on fire and the logic of the rain, filtering our stories through a foreign-born brain. From the jagged consonants to the fluid tongue, every single proverb that has ever been sung between the lines of ink.
The bridge is built with a million tiny strokes, rising like a signal from the campfire smoke. We are carving out a path through the tangled wire, setting every silent hesitation on the fire. Come to me in the structure of the strangers, through the valleys where the ancient danger lingers. I am folding up the distance with a phrase, walking through the center of a verbal golden maze. Give me the words that the ocean understands, passing through the friction of 1,000 different hands.
Grammar is a skeleton under velvet skin, defining all the battles that the lonely cannot win.
Soul sense stretching like a highway line,
Hurling through the shadows of a lonely Appalachian pine,
heavy sentence pulling on the tether of the soul.
trying to make the fragmented pieces fall at home.
The bridge is built with a million tiny strokes, rising like a signal from the campfire smoke. We are carving out a path through the tangled briar, setting every silent hesitation on a fire. Talk to me in the structure of the strangers, through the valleys where the ancient danger lingers. I am folding up the distance with a phrase, walking through the center of a verbal golden maze. Give me the words that the ocean understands, passing through the friction of 1,000 different hands.
The dust settles on the dictionaries of old, where every sign is meant a secret to be told. The syntax of the moment breeze is hard to read, when all you wanted was the hardest not to see.
There is a map upon the wall of every cafe floor that leads to nothing but a heavy wooden door. A traveler stands within the middle of the rain, trying to translate the shadow of a train. The grammar of a heartbeat is a jagged line, tracing the architecture of a slow design.
The sticky metaphors of copper and of tin, while the real world is trying to let the winter in.
The alphabet is scattered like a winter grain, across the iron pulse of every turning lane. I search for meaning in the static of the air, but found the pages of the story were not there. It is a language that no scholar ever taught, the heavy burden of a lesson never bought.
The prophets are all hungry in the city square, selling the vows ever longing silver prayer. They trade the verbs for a bit of bread and wine, searching for a signature beneath the dotted line. But every compass needle points to where we stay, while the definitions simply drift and fade away. The ink is drying on the feathers of a bird, waiting for the weight of one unspoken word. The sky is turning to a shade of lead blue, looking for a dialect that sounds like something true. The alphabet is scattered like a winter grain, across the iron bus of every turning lane. I search for
Fiber is a fence with many jagged wires, burning like coal in the belly of the fire.
I searched for grace within the syntax of the law, but all I found was another tooth inside a saw.
I was a hollow like the bells in a flooded town,
while a heavy consonants try to set the ceiling down.
trade your tongue for a piece of silver wire, walk the tightrope higher and higher.
No one hears the reading when the exit is a wall.
The higher the climb, the harder the stone. It is a bridge built from 1,000 stolen bones, a tower rising high above the rolling stones. It is the weather when the clouds refuse to break, the heavy water at the bottom of the lake. A foreign mirror reflecting back a different face, a shifting anchor in a vast and hollow place. It is a bridge built from 1,000 stolen bones, a tower rising high above the rolling stones. It is the weather and the clouds refuse to break, the heavy water at the bottom of the lake. The foreign mirror reflecting back a different face, a shifting anchor in a vast and hollow place. All these things on a weathered map, tracing routes through a silent gap. A tongue learned in a crowded room, searching for a flicker in the gloom.
The glamour of a restless night, leaving every local ghost behind. Vowels sharpening against the air.
A heavy weight for a soul to bear. Syntax bend like a willow bough, broken promises and a sacred vow. I gather phrases like fallen leaves underneath the structure that deceives.
A dictionary held in a trembling hand.
Seeking foothold in a foreign land,
The alphabet is a jagged fence.
trying to make some poetic sense. It is a bridge built of hollow sound, lifting my feet off the familiar ground. A bottled melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
The lessons written on the dusty slate.
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never fits the lock, waiting for the ticking of the clock. It is a bridge built of hollow sound, lifting my feet off the familiar ground. A bottled melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
The lessons written on the dusty slate.
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never fits the lock, waiting for the ticking of the clock.
Shifting like a desert sand, reaching for a gesture of a hand.
No translation for the way I feel, only the spinning of the wooden wheel.
The accent is a star upon the page.
A bird escaping from a golden cage,
Numbers counting down the lonely miles.
hidden behind the artificial smiles.
The lecture ended with a forlorn art.
Appeasing a strange and distant God,
I spoke the syllables of a winter gale.
watching Leviticus turn to pale.
Now the textbook gathers layers of grime.
Frozen in the wreckage of our times.
It's the dialect for the birds to sing, ignoring every hollow barrier ring.
It is a bridge built of hollow sound, lifting my feet off the familiar ground. A bottled melody for a weary throat, keeping the sinking memory afloat.
The lessons written on the dusty slate.
Deciphering the iron hand of fate. It is a key that never fits the lock, waiting for the sinking of a clock. It is a bridge built of hollow sound, lifting my feet off the familiar ground. The street signs, the plaques get